Okay. I'm gonna get the, I'm gonna have to pull out the internet. Everyone introduce yourselves.
So, I'm Trevor.
You might also have to be a little louder.
So, I'm Trevor. This is Dylan.
He's co-owner of Seven Pennies. And I'm Joe, I think. And I'm also a co-owner.
Or, as he refers to himself, Takeshi.
Takashi, you slut!
Takashi.
Takashi.
Junsaku?
Junsaku, you got it. Okay, cool, I'm actually in the camera. Excellent. So we're talking about Alan Wake. Alan Wake's been out for a long time, and a lot of people have already forgotten about it. But we're going to bring it back. So I went on Gamefly and I checked out some of the reviews. I already had it, but I just wanted to check what people said about it. And just like out of personal curiosity, I like to check the negatives before I check the positives. So we're talking about some of the negative reviews that people have talked about. And for security reasons, I'm not going to post their names because I'll get some problems with that. Alright, this game is terrible. I had to sit there and force myself to play it, since it had such a good rating on here. I was telling myself, it's going to get better. You'll see. Trying my best to give it a second chance. I put at least 5 hours of my life playing this game with fail result. Okay? No excitement and motivation to continue with the story. It like a mixture of a bad horror movie and a bad game combined. This guy doesn't have good grammar. If you watch the trailer, that is what you're basically going through the whole game. Run around the woods in a path chosen for you by the game developer. Pick up ammo, shoot your enemy. Your best weapon in this game is a flashlight, in my opinion. The game control, yada yada yada. Yeah, so this guy's not happy with this game.
No, he doesn't seem to like it.
No,
But then again, his reasoning is kind of biased.
yeah, it seems that a lot of people have a problem with a game focusing on story nowadays.
Yeah. Or graphics.
I think so, yeah, because it seems like, and I was actually talking to myself the other day, if, for whatever reason, multiplayer was never created, wouldn't every other popular shooter, Call of Duty, Black Ops, be really crappy? Wouldn't no one like it?
The only reason all these games are popular, like Call of Duty, is
which I
because
got
it has
today.
multiplayer.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Black Ops.
Black Ops. Yeah, that's right. We're playing Alan Wake over Black Ops.
Well,
see, that's what a true gamer's about. But like I said, because a lot of games nowadays have to have multiplayer or else they won't survive.
Exactly.
And it's really sad because a lot of my favorite games, especially the older ones, don't have multiplayer.
Yeah, just a really good story and
it's a really good story. It's a good, fun game. It's even if it is a linear game, like one of my favorite games is a PlayStation 1 game called Mega Man Legends. That game is probably as linear as an open world can be. It's kind of open world in the sense that you could walk around.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know. And you can wander around town. You can go into some buildings, but most of them you can just talk to people through the door. But I love that game. It's got an okay story. I mean, I've played it 1.5 trillion times, so I already know the game and story by heart. But it's one of my favorite games in all existence, and it has no multiplayer. It's very, very linear. Your favorite game?
Half-Life.
Half-Life, thank you.
Or I should say Half-Life series.
The Half-Life series is your favorite game. Besides Gmod, there's no multiplayer on that. Right?
Pretty much. I mean, the first Half-Life has a multiplayer, but no one really played it.
Yeah.
The second Half-Life has Team Fortress 2 and Counter-Strike.
Well, I mean, like, the game itself.
The game itself, yeah, not really.
Yeah. Doesn't it have, like, a split screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
but it doesn't have, like, multiplayer, like, versus and like, survival and stuff like that, besides Gmod.
Besides Gmod and Half-Life 2 Deathmatch, but who plays that?
Yeah. And, I mean, that's a better example than mine, because mine's more of a cult classic, you know, because it's got a very small following. But yours is a lot more favorited.
What I hate about that is that the Half-Life series only really got popular after Half-Life 2.
Yeah.
The first Half-Life came out in 1998, and nobody had a really good computer back then, or had a computer. Everyone had the, Nintendo 64 or the,
I was PS1 and 2 man right
I
here.
was Genesis.
I had a Genesis too. But I mean, like, after that, I got a PS1. Fucking Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot.
But, yeah, and even now, that game is very popular.
Yeah.
But like I said, it doesn't have multiplayer, so it's really odd to see that, a prime example is, Brutal Legend. Brutal Legend was a very good game. A tad short, but a very good game. Made by one of the best game designers in the world, in my opinion.
Pretty good.
But it didn't work too well, because even though it did imply multiplayer, it wasn't, a shooter. People didn't care. You couldn't shoot someone with a fucking nuclear bomb.
It was kind of a RTS shooter. I mean, RTS multiplayer.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more shooter multiplayer than people playing RTS multiplayer.
Yeah.
Except Koreans, because they like StarCraft.
StarCraft's a great game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's go back on this. So yeah, people get pissed off for really, really stupid reasons. Oh yeah, another point is that nowadays I feel people are very picky or bitchy. I don't know which word I want to pick, but they're either picky or bitchy about their games nowadays.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, and I still feel this way, the PS1 era, and before that, but the PS1 was my era.
Yeah.
Was the best era in all existence for video games, because you could just play games. You would get fucking Barbie's Magical Adventure and you'd shove it down your throat and you're like, yeah, video game, because it was a video game. You're like, shit, yeah, video game, yeah, video game, yeah. But nowadays, like, oh, that game looks cool, I guess I'll tap it. Wait, you guys tapping that? I'm not going to tap it if you guys aren't tapping it. But
it was the era of 80s and 90s kids growing up really young playing, video game, games, so many games.
Yeah.
And then,
I think, yeah.
21st century came.
I think that is part of it. That was just the generation for video games, because that was the big thing, and now it's less so. I think the whole, physically playing video games is the new big thing.
Connect and Wii.
Connect,
look,
Wii,
I'm
and
moving
PlayStation
in front of the
Move.
TV and it's moving with my body.
Oh, look at me! I'm playing Halo Reach! Yeah, damn it, I'm really fat and out of shape. This is only fun for about 3 minutes. Then it's not so fun anymore. Then I start to have a hard time breathing. Whew! But, like, I had PlayStation Magazine, and what that would come with was this 2-disc thing each month. The first disc, I was a little kid, I didn't care about it. It was just a magazine disc. It would tell you about shit. Who cares? I was a little kid. The second disc, though, was a demo disc
I loved demo disc for all the magazines I got.
Yeah, it was so much fun, because a third of these games, because the PlayStation is Sony, is mostly Japan-based, so a third of these games weren't translated or anything. They're just these crazy little Japanese games. I can't, there's Mr. Mosquito. I have that game, where you're a mosquito and you suck people's blood, and then if they find you, you have to battle them. And it's ridiculous. Because they're like, woo, oh shit.
Yeah, it's all in slow motion.
Yeah, and you're like, oh shit. Got a little, and you gotta hit their pressure points, like, and when you hit them, it's like, ah. And then afterwards, you're like, oh, I'm so tired. And I never beat that game because I got to the dad towards, it was like the second to last level, and the dad shot homing Kamehameha waves at me, and they literally sprayed the entire, like, wall, the walls, the ceiling, and the floor with poison, so you couldn't touch anything.
You're the most annoying mosquito in the world.
I know, they got so big. Like, and he's like, ah! And then like you're like, oh shit, gotta dodge it, and you're like, oh crap, it's following me, and I just couldn't beat it. So there's that. There's this weird Kappa game. You know what a Kappa is, right? Like the weird turtle fish monster.
Oh yeah.
I never got too far in that game. I don't remember what it was about. I just remember swimming and there's fish, and I remember a shark. But my favorite Japanese game that was in the demos, and I think this actually hit America, I'm not sure though, was this mech game. You play as a little boy who controls this huge, like, skyscraper-sized robot. And instead of actually controlling the robot, you control the kid who controls the robot. So, like, and you're constantly in his point of view, so sometimes you'd have to switch to him, and then go to like a better position, and then switch back to the robot. And it was like very realistic because the robot would be like this.
That slow?
Well, because it was a huge thing, but it was fun. And it was really fun because like it would give you tutorials in Japanese, and the only way you'd figure out what to do is that you'd see the square button, and you're like, okay, I got to do something with the square button and the R1 button. I don't know what, but I gotta do something.
Press both of them at the same time. Press this one,
this one. Maybe push these both at the same. I don't know. Something's happening. It only sucked at the end when you had to fight another robot.